Kevin Bennett stepped closer in the courthouse hallway, close enough that I could smell his expensive cologne, the kind he only wore on days he wanted to feel powerful. "Today is the best day of my life," he said calmly. "I'm taking everything from you." Behind him stood Sophie Lane, his assistant, his lover, his trophy. She didn't say a word. She didn't need to. Her smile said it all. People walked past us, lawyers, clerks, strangers carrying their own quiet disasters. No one noticed the small war unfolding in that narrow hallway. Kevin straightened his jacket and looked down at me like a man inspecting property. "The condo is mine. The accounts are mine. You should have taken the settlement." I said nothing. That irritated him more than tears ever could. He wanted fear. He wanted begging. He wanted proof that I was already defeated. Instead, I stood still, hands folded, eyes steady. "You always were quiet, Laura," he laughed. "Quiet women lose in court. My lawyer is a shark. Yours looks retired." Sophie shifted beside him, crossing her arms so the bracelet caught the light. The one he bought with money he thought I'd never trace. Kevin leaned in. "When this is over, you'll have nothing. No home. No leverage. No future." That's when my lawyer stepped beside me. Harold Whitman didn't raise his voice. Didn't rush. He simply asked, "Did you bring everything we discussed?" I met Kevin's eyes for the first time. "Yes," I said. "Exactly as you asked." Whitman nodded once, then turned slightly toward Kevin. "In that case," he said calmly, "I suggest you prepare yourself. Today will be educational." Kevin laughed. He had no idea the lesson had already begun. Laura Bennett was never loud. She filled rooms with order, not noise. She worked quietly behind the scenes, handling records, tracking deadlines, solving problems before anyone noticed they existed. That's how Kevin always saw her. Useful, reliable, invisible. When people asked what Laura did, Kevin answered for her. "She works from home. Some accounting. Nothing major." In reality, Laura managed finances for 3 companies from a laptop at the dining table. She remembered every deadline, every bill, every transfer. She was the reason their life ran smoothly. But because she didn't wear heels or talk loudly about success, Kevin assumed she had none. Laura put her career on pause for his. She moved when he needed to relocate. She picked up freelance work so he could chase promotions. She believed in partnership. Kevin mistook patience for weakness. At dinners, he joked that he was the provider and Laura managed the house. People laughed. Laura smiled. No one asked who actually managed the money. Quiet people see the most. They listen instead of perform. Laura noticed when Kevin came home late, when expenses rose without explanation, when affection turned into distraction. She didn't accuse. She observed. The marriage didn't end in an argument. It ended on a rainy Tuesday. Laura stood in the bedroom holding one of Kevin's suit jackets, preparing to take it to the cleaners like always. Out of habit, she checked the pockets. Inside was a folded receipt. A luxury jewelry store. $5,000. Yesterday, 2:30 p.m. Yesterday at 2:30, Kevin had texted. Stuck in meetings. Home late. Laura didn't panic. She didn't cry. She opened social media. 2 minutes later, she found Sophie Lane's profile. A champagne glass. A luxury car. A gold bracelet with a blue stone. Caption. Best night of my life. Something inside Laura went still. The marriage was over. But the accounting had just begun. That night, Laura didn't confront Kevin. She opened her laptop. Emotion creates noise. Numbers create clarity. She named the file balance. Then she worked. 3 years of bank statements, credit cards, savings, mortgage transfers. Patterns appeared immediately. Restaurants, hotels, flights, jewelry, all during work trips. The math didn't match Kevin's salary. She checked her own transfers, the money she sent every month for household expenses. Those memo lines, mortgage, utilities now meant everything. She created tabs. Income, expenses, gifts. Sophie. Kevin wasn't just cheating. He was financing another life. And then she saw it. Large transfers. Betting sites. Thousands at a time. Reckless. Compulsive. By the end of the month, Laura had something more powerful than anger. She had proof. Harold Whitman didn't offer sympathy. He offered strategy. "This only works," he told her, "if he thinks he's already won." Kevin arrived at court smiling. Tailored suit. Perfect hair. Victory already assumed. His lawyer painted him as the provider. Laura as dependent. Whitman stood quietly. "This case isn't about emotion," he said. "It's about records." He showed the inheritance. The exact transfer. The condo payment, every dollar from Laura. Kevin shifted. Then the spending. Then the gambling. Then the bracelet receipt. Then the social media photo. Silence filled the courtroom. Finally, Whitman spoke again. "This is financial abuse. Dissipation of marital assets." Kevin tried to speak. The judge stopped him. The ruling was swift. The condo. Laura's separate property. Reimbursement ordered. Assets reassigned. Outside the courtroom, Sophie asked, "Did we win?" Kevin didn't answer. She walked away. By sunset, Kevin had lost his marriage, his home, and his job. Laura walked past him without stopping. Some endings don't need words. Outside, the air felt light. Not loud. Not triumphant. Clear. "Numbers never lie," Laura said. She drove home alone. Not lonely. This is what revenge really looks like. Not shouting. Not destruction. Patience. Preparation. And letting the truth speak when it matters most.